everyone, today we will be presenting the progress of our project-based learning with the title Development of Active Directory Single Sign-On for Lab PC Administration. And the project is executed by our team PBL RKS-608. And next, let me introduce the project team starting with our project manager is Mr. Hajul Khaira and the team leader is Michael Gonzales Harianja and our member here, Alisya Setyawan, Muhammad Satria, and Muhammad Praisroqi.
And project descriptions. So this project focuses on the implementation of a centralized user authentication systems in a computer laboratory using Active Directory by configuring a domain controller and connecting the client PCs to the domain. So these systems allow for a single sign-on authentications, and each user, such as a student, will receive a personalized desktop environment based on their identification number, for example, like their name, and enabling a more structured and secure computer lab management system. So for the goals is to integrate all labs PCs into a single Active Directory domain, and 2, enable single sign-on login for the students, and 3, personalized desktop environments based on users.
Here I will explain in the footer about the output of this project. Okay, for this output, the output of this project is a final report that presents the result of implementing Active Directory SSO for Lab PC Administrator. The report contains a summary of the deployment system and the object that we are active. This report is submitted as the main developer of the project. Okay, for the next slide, you can see we are using Ubuntu server. Why we use Ubuntu server? Why is not Windows server? Because we are planning to ask Windows server, but due to lack of sponsor, we also use Ubuntu server with the open source. Okay, you can see the feature. This is the Ubuntu server. We are using Ubuntu server for server, and the client we are use the Windows 10. Okay, this scenario Ubuntu server you ask server that attack on domain controller or DC, while the client computer the Windows 10. We can see operating system in the order for the Ubuntu server from this role server important component the require. We are use Samba 4 in use because it's already support Active Directory or AD mode, allowing the Ubuntu server to ask replacement to the Windows domain control. We are use the Kerberos. Why use the Kerberos? Because you to handle to SSO or single sign-on authentication system. By 9 attack the internal DNS server. We can see we use in the Windows client. We use DNS server for join IP for Ubuntu. Okay, you can see on the output. This is we can create account for Ubuntu. So we can login for Windows client. Use a account for Kerberos.
Me briefly present our team's project book for the PBL program with the code RKS-608. As shown in the image, this is our digital logbook interface which document all activities we have completed throughout the project. The table includes important columns such as ID, projects, stage, detailed description of the task, output or result, start and end dates, and progress present. So far, we have completed 5 main stages. Stage 1, initial planning and discussion. We held discussion with our project management and drafted the initial version of the lesson plan or RPP. Stage 2, RPP review. We reviewed and revised the RPP based on evaluation point. Stage 3, RPP finalization. We refined the RPP format and content to match the learning objective and curriculum. Stage 4, planning and preparation. We conducted research on how to use Active Directory for login and desktop personalization in a lab environment. Stage 5, virtual environment implementation. We try experiment on Active Directory single sign-on in a virtual environment using VMware to minimize potential error before real implementation. Our current project progress has reached 25%, and we will continue to update it as the project moves forward. On this slide is project challenge 1. This is our first time working with Active Directory and single sign-on. And 2, we need to study new concept that we had never learned before. 3, we were not provided with a full version of Windows Server, which limited some of our configuration options and testing capabilities. On this slide is the division of job desks for each member. Alisya, Yuhanni, Setyawan, and Muhammad Satria, job desks, report preparation and assisting in real-world implementation phase. Michael Gonzales Harianja and Muhammad Praisroqi Fakhrana, implementation of Active Directory and user personalization. That's all from our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.